Hello, I'm Alyson Grange coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show for you, Resurgent Africa. Amid the coups and the crises, there are many positive stories from Africa that often get overlooked, but not on this show. Today we take you to countries around Africa to tell you stories of hope, positivity and innovation, and give you a glimpse into the lives of the people who call this vibrant continent home.
Drought, wildfires, torrential rains, floods. Climate change has made extreme weather conditions frequent phenomena. It's impacting countries across the globe. But the Horn of Africa, a region in the eastern part of the continent, is particularly prone to torrential rain. The region, which is home to countries like Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia and Somalia, is vulnerable to devastating floods. Here, nature's fury has been resulting in widespread loss of life and livelihood. But this misery could soon be lessened. Scientists have found a way to minimize damage from floods with timely alerts. They are now using artificial intelligence to predict extreme weather conditions in the region.
If nothing is being done in issuing information or early warning messages regarding these extreme weathers, then we're going to see more people getting vulnerable, more people getting exposed to these extreme weathers, and we're going to have lots of lives being lost, lots of lives being affected, and livelihoods as well.
The United Nations World Food Programme is working to develop an AI weather forecasting system with Oxford University. The Kenyan Meteorological Department and Regional Weather Service ICPAC are also stakeholders in the project that has received backing and support from Google. The AI uses satellite-collected data on clouds and temperatures above them to predict weather.
So for the AI, there is the part where it predicts, but to predict it needs to first train. And we train on historic observational data. So the input towards our AI device is the weather forecasts, and it's taking these weather forecasts and training to be able to match them to the observed reality based on the state-of-the-art satellite observations and station data that we have.
In developed nations like the UK, weather forecasting is done using supercomputers. The cost of these computers and data gathering stations is high. And in poorer and conflict-ridden regions like the Horn of Africa, affording such equipment could prove to be a distant dream. But scientists now say they can operate their AI forecasting code using just a laptop.
That's the beauty of it, because it's so computationally affordable that we've literally got people running it on their laptop. So you can have this model, and once it's trained, you can just run it on your laptop to produce 50 predictions of all the possibilities of what the future weather is going to look like, which, as you said, would have otherwise required banks and banks of supercomputers.
This system could prove to be a blessing for the Horn of Africa, as predicting weather in this region can prove to be notoriously hard because of the lack of weather stations for observing and recording weather data. The project is still in its pilot phases. It's being operated in Kenya and Ethiopia. The scientists believe that its results are promising. The scientists have plans to roll it out across the wider area.
So we are really confident that AI models can actually improve the forecasting system. So not just at short range, but also looking at from the short range timescales. So by short range, I mean like just a few days, but also looking throughout all the way to a season. If we could really do that, I really think that it could really enhance our early warning systems.
Once the AI system is proven efficient for the entire Horn of Africa, it can be used in other parts of the world as well to combat the challenges posed by extreme weather that's driven by climate change. In the country of Nigeria lies a shanty town called Bundu. Here, a group of dedicated individuals have become stewards of the earth. They don't receive monthly cash payments. Instead, they shall reap rewards in the future. These residents of Bundu are tirelessly working to restore the mangroves, one of Nigeria's most valuable yet severely damaged ecosystems. This network of trees forms a crucial barrier against tides and serves as a sanctuary for wildlife. Rather than waiting for government intervention, locals have taken matters into their own hands, embarking on a mission to revive the mangroves. So far, around 30 residents have been trained in restoration work. This happened with the help of an NGO. It focuses on training community leaders who then pass on their skills to others. According to the Global Mangrove Watch monitoring program, Nigeria had over 8,000 square kilometers of mangrove forest in 2020. Between 1996 and 2020, the country lost over 160 square kilometers of mangroves. It's equivalent to about 2% of the total area, or more than 22,000 football fields. These lush green mangroves face numerous threats. Primarily, pollution from the multinational oil industry operating in the region. Residents report that oil spills have devastated the area. These spills occur frequently due to poor pipeline maintenance and vandalism. Over the past 5 years, the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency has recorded over 300 spills in Nigeria, mostly in the Niger Delta.
The whole of this place, you see oil. It's settled here. All this living fishes, crabs, everything die.
Other threats include illegal logging, waste dumping and urban expansion. Additionally, the spread of nipa palms poses a significant challenge.
Not the Allah, Ngala, which is mangrove, to grow. Because there's no fish. Because nipa palm is taken everywhere. That was making me to plant the mangrove here, so that the fish will still come back for us, so long as the water is flowing.
Unlike mangroves, nipa palms do not provide shelter for fish, further disrupting the ecosystem. But why are mangroves so essential? Well, they're like biodiversity hotspots. Their extensive root systems underwater serve as nurseries for juvenile fish, while the parts above water offer shelter to various bird species.
That's a safe haven for fish. Not only fish, all the coastal organisms. The birds, they come there because it's a feeding, breeding, nesting ground for all manner of organisms. So that place is very important for them.
Moreover, these trees protect nearby areas from coastal erosion, storms and flooding, hence acting as a natural shield against climate change.
If mangrove no dey, you go see.
Without mangroves, floodwaters will enter our homes, especially when the tide is high. Floodwater would cover our houses. So, mangroves help subdue storms by preventing water from entering our homes and also help our fishing activities and many other things.
Subdues all those water we go follow enter our house. The mangrove.
Thanks to the timely actions of the locals, the restoration efforts are underway. Without their intervention, the region might have turned into an open field. If humans can destroy, they can also restore. The people of Bundu have taken a crucial step. But the question is, will others be as fortunate? In the bustling markets of N'Djamena, Chad's vibrant capital, a centuries-old ritual is capturing the hearts of beauty enthusiasts. At the heart of this tradition is Achi Musa, a skilled artisan whose stall is a beacon for those seeking to transform their hair with a touch of natural magic. As concerns about the potential health risks of chemical-laden cosmetics continue to grow, women across Chad are turning back to their roots quite literally, embracing the traditional hair care routine of their ancestors. They are ditching modern products in favor of natural remedies that have been trusted for generations. At the forefront of this movement is the age-old ritual of using Chebe seeds, a practice that promises to nurture hair while avoiding the feared cancer-causing agents that are found in many contemporary beauty products. Under the shade of her stall in Al Hafia market, Musa meticulously applies a special paste to her clients' long plaits. But this isn't just any paste, it's a luxurious blend of cherry seeds, cloves and the piece de resistance, Chebe seeds.
Our mothers and grandmothers braided our hair in the village from the time we were children. Our mothers inherited it from their grandmothers and we inherited it from our mothers. We still practice this tradition today. It's our main activity. We have loyal customers who come to us to have their hair plaited.
From root to tip, each strand is lovingly coated, promising growth and a shine that's nothing short of dazzling. Musa's deft hands shape the treated hair into the traditional Guron hairstyle, featuring large, thick plaits interwoven with finer braids, creating a look that's both striking and deeply rooted in cultural heritage.
It's true that Chebe makes your hair grow and gives it length and all that, but it also treats other hair problems such as itching, hair loss, alopecia, and dandruff. And lately, I've noticed that it naturally darkens the hair.
Chebe seeds, harvested from the mountainous Guera region, are the cornerstone of this hair care recipe. Musa's method is simple yet effective. She roasts and crushes the seeds, mixing them with ground cherry seeds and cloves. The result? A heady, spicy scent that lingers long after washing. It's reminiscent of exotic gardens and faraway lands. This aromatic blend not only nourishes the hair, but also offers a sensory journey to the lush landscapes where these ingredients originate. Across Africa, there's a growing movement towards embracing natural hair products, and Chebe is at the forefront. Chebe products attract a diverse clientele eager to experience the transformative power of handmade products. Even from afar, the allure of Chebe reaches new heights. Eloy de Gonzague Nioita, a 50-year-old resident of Canada, swears by the products he buys during his visits to Chad. Nioita says the length and health of his dreadlocks are all because of these products he applies. His story highlights the global appeal of Chebe as more people around the world seek natural, effective solutions for their hair care needs. The story of Chebe is one of tradition meeting modernity, where age-old practices find a place in today's beauty routines, reminding us all that sometimes the best secrets are the ones that have been with us all along. This is Morocco's city of Essaouira. Every year for 3 days, this city holds a cultural event, honoring and paying tribute to the ethnic Gnaoua people. It's called the Essaouira Gnaoua and World Music Festival. This year, from June 27th to 29th, the festival marked its 25th anniversary edition. Over the years, the event has put Morocco on the global music map and has given the world a sneak peek into the history of slavery and the liberation of the Gnaoua people, with songs and rhythms that recount their experiences and celebrate their resilience.
We came from Resurgent, nearly 300 kilometers southeast of Essaouira, to soak up the atmosphere of this festival, which is now 24 years old and it is not weakening. The attendees have also evolved in their costumes and performances. It's all an honor for Gnaoua Festival.
This year, the festival brought together over 400 artists who performed from Essaouira's old Medina to the beach. The opening parade was a colorful spectacle with Gnaoua malams in the streets, leading groups of musicians playing various instruments like castanets, drums and a 3-string lute. The musical celebration brought together Gnaoua masters, the Moroccan youth and tourists who share the love for the genre.
Many young people are increasingly interested in and performing at the Gnaoua festival. I tell them that this heritage must be preserved. They must know that being a malam, a master, is not just about wearing a gembri, traditional costume. It's many things, including good conduct, good behavior with people and good behavior on stage. I wish them great success.
Despite musical acts from several countries, the festival remains dedicated to its mission of preserving the rich Gnaoua heritage.
We are very happy to be here because it has become an annual event tradition for us. It's an opportunity for us to meet our audience, to maintain the link with our culture and our originality, so that it always remains motivating. I thank the organizers for bringing together all the Gnaoua lovers for this occasion and for promoting this music through this festival and its organization. This has contributed a lot to Gnaoua Festival.
Gnaoua is a centuries-old spiritual music repertoire that originated from the Gnaoua ethnic group in Morocco. It was practiced by enslaved people and has traditionally been reserved for men. Its traditional tunes, also known as Tagnawete, is deeply rooted in Sufism and blends rhythms with spiritual chants and poetry. Since its inception in 1997, the annual festival has become one of the most anticipated events in Morocco. In 2019, it was listed as Intangible Cultural Heritage by UNESCO. Today, it brings together artists from across Africa, Europe and North America. By engaging with different musical traditions and styles, even Gnaoua artists are expanding their creative horizons, pushing the boundaries of their own musical expression, and most importantly, are reinventing ancestral art. Climate change today is a reality for the world to see. Weather extremes are causing loss of life and destruction in countries across the world. To deal with the crisis, some are driving a shift towards sustainability and better alternatives that can help mitigate the impact. Small steps in various sectors like industry, energy, finance and fashion could yield bigger results for the future. Agriculture is also witnessing a transformation with organic or eco-farming. It's too soon to call it a revolution, but even the smallest of steps can help the planet. The chemical-free farming method is currently used on just 2% of the world's agricultural land. Africa so far has the smallest distribution. In Algeria, 2 women are leading the charge. 28-year-old Amira Messous and 29-year-old Ibtissem Mahtout. They are pioneers for eco-farming in Algeria's male-dominated agriculture industry. The plant ecology and biodiversity graduates left the capital Algiers to work on a small patch of land miles away. They now run one of the country's rare ecological plots of land in the small town of Gnaoua.
It was the first time we touched the earth because we come from an urban background. So we weren't too familiar with the earthy rural side of things. For a year, we really had a blast doing this.
They launched their project with just around $445. They learned to plant, to sow and to work the soil. And now, without the use of pesticides, they grow fruits like tomatoes and strawberries and vegetables like beetroot on their 1,300 square meter farm. They aim to produce the food in harmony with the broader ecosystem.
We started with around 400 euros just to buy our basic tools. We got a bit of help from producer who paid a bit of the labor at the beginning. What I really wanted to say is that even from nothing you can start a project that's close to your heart and that you're passionate about.
Starting something new was not the only challenge these young women faced. They also had to defy gender norms. They had to integrate into a sector which is overwhelmingly dominated by males.
4 years ago, it wasn't very common, especially women in agriculture. Above all, we weren't really a part of this milieu. The fact that we had to integrate was a bit scary.
As per Algerian media, just around 4% of registered agriculture workers in their province are women, but not everyone has been frowning upon them. Some male farmers have appreciated their work. They are happy to see educated women working in the sector. Today, the young women have employed themselves one male worker. They also employ up to 8 part-time workers at harvest time. The pair has also learnt marketing techniques to sell their produce. When not in the fields, the two women make full use of social media to advertise their baskets of seasonal fruits and vegetables. Not just this, they also market their produce in a large farm in the capital where every week clients come and pick up their healthy and fresh orders. Each week, the duo sells between 10 and 30 baskets of seasonal fruit and vegetables.
I came from Bab Azwar to encourage the girls' initiative. I came here the first time and fell in love with the place. Every now and then you want to eat something healthy. And what's more, when I found out about the sales for subscribers, I found these girls very nice and I wanted to encourage them.
Despite coming from an urban background, the two women now see working at a farm as the best job in the world. From morning until night, they spend their time on fields, which they say gives them immense joy. While many nations in Africa are struggling to adopt organic farming owing to lack of resources and awareness, it's people like Amira and Ibtisam who could drive a change. Combining education with passion, they can make eco-farming a success story in Africa.
And that's all we have for you in this episode of Resurgent Africa. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Firstpost. Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
As the world warms, nature's sentinels will rise. As 1 billion hands will dig deep to write a new future for our planet.
Obviously today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alyson, Grange, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We'll start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.